Playing the city is easy, almost childishly easy. It is also very funny, but it's illegal. Try, if you don't believe me, to play the city, and you'll see that they'll stop you immediately. I mean, you won't even take 2 steps. Hypothesis. You mount a speaker on a car. You play Ludwig van Beethoven's Ninth on the stereo, and you start the car. In a main street. You turn up the volume, and they'll stop you immediately. Police here. Police here. Excuse me, who is playing the music? Who is playing it loudly on the streets? That's not allowed. Who is it? I'm telling you, no document, no advertisement music. Is that crystal clear? Well, you can also try mounting an entire orchestra on a truck. It's not difficult. You just need to have the money for 60 people who work as orchestral musicians. But then, you'll be stopped with even more determination. The weirdness of all will be all the more obvious.
So playing the city can be also playing through in the city. But playing the city can also be playing the city, where the city is the object that is played, where the city replaces the word violin in expression, playing the violin, playing the city instead of playing the violin. So the city as an instrument, as a musical instrument. But does the city have any notes to review? Does it have frets and strings to review these notes? I would say no. The city must henceforth be considered an instrument with undetermined frequencies. Berlioz introduced percussion instruments into instruments. The city is therefore a percussion instrument, a set of percussion instruments. This is just the first step. However, it is obvious that the second step and the third and fourth will be done only by analyzing the instrument that we have chosen, but that we must promise ourselves to obey in terms of structure. We can play the city, but we can't do everything. We can do what the city can do, what the city has always been able to do, even if it has never done this. According to a humble but contradictory theory of mine, in our society, music is divided into 4 spaces, which correspond to 4 rights and to 4 meanings of music. Church music, palace music, fortress music, music from the public square, street music. I believe that true music is the last one.
What is street music? It's music that interrupts or emphasizes a pre-existing rhythm. Somewhere between interrupting and emphasizing underlining. The city is everything, and this everything is well defended. This difficult problem is also difficult a problem to formulate. The city is public, and so far we have gained some freedom in private. Freedom that did not exist in the 18th century. But in public, no free expressive personal act is permitted. Fantasy is allowed, but everyone in their own home. in our own homes, the instruments are different, smaller. So our fantasy will gain no benefit from this exercise. Playing the city is difficult because doing so is to interrupt a concert of people who by convention play the same score by heart. A very simple concert. You only need to listen to a recording of city noises to understand that the structure of this concert is very rigid. Therefore, playing the city is playing out of tune. Playing out of tune, 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 playing out of tune.
Playing the city means that on a faraway day, when we see a man or a woman playing with a long stick on the railings of a gate, and we will hear them make dashed lines of noise, thicker or less thick, and we will not see the police arrest them because they are disturbing public order. But we will pass by without paying attention. And to the child who asks us something, we'll reply, "Look, she's playing the railings. When you grow up, you'll be able to do it too." Why the bell-shaped signs in the shape of a roar have been banned? This question is central to the whole question of playing the city. Why the bell-shaped signs in the shape of a roar have been banned? They should tell us without generic answers. The noise is loud, but they want it monotonous. It must be the result of obedience, of discipline. So it's not a matter of starting to play the city, but it's a matter of starting to play the city in another way. To play the city, we play on the street. They play the city who play on the street. They play the city who play on the street. They play the city who play on the street. They play the city who hold a jingling thing in their hand while walking, and it makes a noise at regular intervals. Because we would like to play out of tune in a way that would not scare a child, but to make them laugh. And they play the city who shouts to a friend from one sidewalk to another. But they don't play the city who form an orchestra and on a podium in the public square start to play. And they don't play the city who sing in procession. But what about this?